Welcome to the Off Campus Podcast. Today we're joined by my friend James. How you doing?
Sir. How is everybody? I'm good.
If you don't mind, like and share this podcast if you enjoy it, and subscribe to the YouTube. It's free, and you can always change your mind. So how you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. How you been?
I'm good. It's great to see you.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in, I don't know, has it been since camp?
Wow. Yeah, that was last summer. Yeah.
Last summer? Or was
Last
it 2
summer?
summers?
2 summers ago. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's been almost 2 years.
Yo, we're getting old, bro. Yeah, this is crazy. But yeah, 2 summers ago. 2 summers ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what have you been doing in the meantime?
Working. A lot of work. A lot of music making, I've been pretty busy.
Shout out JWanders on Spotify.
Apple Music, Spotify, everywhere you can find music, for real.
JWanders.
Yeah.
So did you go to college?
No, I did not. Actually, yeah, I went for a semester.
I thought you were going.
So did I.
I thought I was going.
But yeah, I only went for a semester, and then I ended up just dropping out. It was too much.
Okay. You went to UMass Lowell, right?
Yeah.
And you were off campus,
Yeah, I went online, all on computer.
like the podcast name, Off Campus.
Yes, sir. But that might be why I didn't stick with it. But I don't know.
Yeah. So did you really learn anything? What were you going for?
Robotics engineering.
So did you learn anything really?
Nah,
No.
I didn't learn anything.
All right.
It was a bad semester. I'm not gonna lie.
So you were 18 then. You got an apartment right away, right?
Yeah, like 2 or 3 months after graduating high school, I got an apartment. So
Wow. And how was your experience with that? Roommates, pricing?
it's been up and down, really, because roommates, it's pretty cool at first and everything, especially if you're with the right people. But I don't know. I can't really do it for long term. It's too much. Like, there's times where you want to be alone in your own space, but it's an apartment with all these people, so you can't really be like, oh, you got to leave this room. I'm having alone time or whatever. So it's a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense. And how did you guys just split how much was that apartment?
My first apartment, it was split like 3 ways, and we all paid like $1,000, not including utilities. So that kind of sucked. Yeah, with utilities, it was like 11, 12. And at the time, it was kind of rough because I wasn't making the most amount of money, but I could handle it, There's just a lot of expenses you don't realize, like, you got to pay for when you live alone. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to get into, because the one thing that I say all the time on the podcast is that if you're living at home and you kind of have some money, that's the time to invest your money or risk it, because you don't really have any expenses.
Yeah,
I mean, you might have like I pay for my phone bill and some other like insurance and stuff like that, but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
So right now you're working at UPS.
Yeah, I work at UPS. Shout out UPS, you know what I mean? Shout out UPS. But, that's it's a pretty fun job, I'm not going to lie, because I'm a supervisor. So I'm not really the one sorting or unloading trucks. Like, I'm just telling people where to go and what to do. It's a pretty simple job if you could handle stress, I'd say. But if you can't handle a tense environment and getting yelled at like every 5 minutes, it's probably not the place for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're used to that.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
Yeah. So what do you like? Take us through a day there. What do you do there?
All right. So usually I'll go in. Right. We have a 45-minute meeting for the supervisors, which is just it's not really worth 45 minutes, man. But we're there for 45 minutes. We're talking about how many trucks we got coming in, how many people we have or we think we're gonna have. Talk about book offs. Talk about what other supervisors we don't like, and then that's pretty much it. After that, I'm pretty much setting my area up for about 20, 30 minutes, which if I'm in the unload, I'm just opening doors and verifying what trucks are coming in. And if I'm running a aisle of sorters, I'm really just making sure I have bars in to, separate each area and each spot, each person. and making sure we have a chart up, the sort chart so everybody knows where they're sorting and stuff like that. And then the rest of the day, I'm just supervising, making sure stuff gets down, and then I get to go home. So.
That's cool. And you work like 4 to 10, right?
Yeah, it's a twilight shift, so it's not too bad.
And how often do you do 5 days a week, 6 days a week?
Yeah, 5 days is mandatory.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's not really a choice. At least for each shift, there's like certain days you work. Like the day shift, which is like more of a 8 to like 2 or 3. That's more Sunday to Friday, and then night shift is same thing, Sunday to Friday. So it just depends on what shift.
So just Saturday off?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So it just depends on what shift you work.
That makes sense.
But I mean, yeah, UPS is pretty stressful. I mean, I'm trying to get out of there soon. I got a couple other things in the works, you know what I mean? Electrical stuff in Boston, music on the way, you know. But there's a lot I got planned.
Yeah. So how'd you get the job at UPS?
UPS, I just applied. It wasn't too hard. But when you first go in, the orientation is pretty intense. It's like a week orientation where you're in a classroom, and you're doing pretty much online sort tests, like where like you, obviously they're reviewing what you, telling you what colors go where and what packages go where. And then you got to take tests on it. Like, it's a week of testing, pretty much.
Oh, really?
Reviewing and testing all week. And then if you last through that, then they'll put you either on a sort out or an unload if they think you're good enough.
So did you start off as a supervisor?
Nah, I started as a sorter, just a regular sorter.
And what do they do?
They're on the aisle. They're on an aisle of like with 10 other people, and they're sorting packages to different belts, but they're different colored belts and stuff like that. And there's about like 9 of them. You got to memorize 999 numbers to go to different ones and all of that. It's pretty crazy, but you see a lot of them. Like, there's a couple numbers that you're gonna see a lot of, a couple that you don't see a lot of. So it's pretty easy to get the hang of it quick.
Okay,
So
that's awesome. And you mentioned you want to become an electrician's apprentice.
Yeah. So in Boston, I applied for the local 103 electrician's apprentice. So I'll be an apprentice for like, I believe it's 5 years, and at the end of that, you're a licensed apprentice.
Okay. And you know everything about that, like pay? Everything?
Yeah. Pay is gonna be like a little over 20, which is pretty good for. I mean, I'm making over 20 right now, so it's gonna be perfect around what I'm making right now. The work, I know it's gonna be like for bigger companies. We're gonna do like big buildings, like stuff like that. But it's probably gonna be a project every few months, so I'm not in one area like at all times.
So do you always have work then, or are you always guaranteed to have jobs to do?
Nah, not always. Like, so I have a friend right now who's in it, and it really just goes on who's been there the longest. Because say people are getting laid off, they're gonna lay off the people who haven't been there the longest. Like, my friend's only been in a year, he was already laid off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because he hasn't built up his name and like his reputation in the company. So,
Yeah, all companies are starting to lay off right now.
Really?
So yeah, most of them. I forget I think Amazon or some other huge company just had their biggest layoff ever.
Oh, wow.
Like 15,000 or some thousand
For Amazon?
employees.
Yeah,
a ton of employees.
Accurate, yeah.
A ton. Because no one can afford it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Economy's not going well. People just aren't buying the way they used to. And inflation and interest rates for bigger purchases and getting loans, it's harder now and more expensive. So a lot of people aren't doing it. So I wanted to talk more about living alone.
Yeah, for sure.
So now you live in your own apartment by yourself?
Yeah. That's pretty rough. I mean, it's not that rough. I don't know. I like it. It's a love-hate relationship, you know?
Yeah. It's a lot of work, right?
Yeah. Like, I got to clean my bathroom, and I don't know. It's so much time. It's like random stuff you wouldn't think of if you live with your parents, at least. I mean, I don't know. But yeah. I mean, it's pretty good, though, because, say, like, if I lived at my parents' house, I wouldn't be able to be out past, like, midnight or whatever. Like, I couldn't be coming home super late. So, like, I can be out late. I can do pretty much what I want in my house. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a big sense of freedom when you live alone.
Yeah,
I'm
for sure.
That's cool. My sister just moved out.
Mm-hmm.
She's 23, I think. But yeah, I mean, she stayed at home as long as that. Why did you decide to move out earlier?
It just wasn't a good. I don't know. I felt like it wasn't a good environment. So at the time, at least, like I was going through a lot, and I was projecting it a lot on my family, and it wasn't really a positive place for anybody. So I feel like if I got out of the area, then everything would settle down a little bit, and we could really move on as a family, stuff like that.
Yeah, it seems like you guys are doing better.
Yeah, for sure. Life is good, man.
Do you get to see them a lot?
Not a lot, which that's the one thing I have a problem with. Like, I don't get to see my family a lot or hang out with my siblings as much as I could have. And now that we're older, of course, like now, like we're all cool and everything, which sucks. But I mean, it doesn't suck, but like it would be better if we were cool back then. But obviously, I had things I had to work through and stuff like that. But yeah, I only really see them like once or twice a week right now, just because of work and everything. It's like every day I'm there. But and when I'm not there during the week, it's like they're in school. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what grades are they? Jay's gonna be close to graduating.
He's a grown man, pretty much, yo. That's crazy. He's like, I think he's a junior right now. My little sister's a freshman. Yo, it's crazy out there, man. Yo.
The Githitu family, full of all high school and up now.
And then my little brother.
Oh yeah, little brother.
He's I think he's in 6th grade. Yo, he don't talk much.
Wow.
He just be playing Fortnite, bro. He be grinding. Yo, man can build, bro, for his life, son. I swear to God. Oh, man, it's crazy.
Don't want to challenge him?
Nah, bro, because he'll build like 6 towers high, dude, in like 3 seconds. And I'm like, for one guy, bro? For one guy? It's crazy.
Welcome to Fortnite. One topic I kind of wanted to go into was camp a little bit. Do you want to talk about camp?
Man, camp. Yeah, yo, camp was crazy.
So how many years did you go?
Okay. Let me think because it was 1 year I skipped. It was between 8th and freshman year I didn't go. I couldn't afford it for me. But I think I went it was like 3 or 4 times, 3 or 4. I don't remember.
So we're talking about church camp. We went to church camp. It started in like Monadnock.
Yeah.
Which I never went to Monadnock.
Wait. I don't think I was there either.
No, I
that was
didn't
a while
go
ago,
then.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a long time. And then they ended up going to Langhorne, Pennsylvania, which was like a 9-hour drive.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that. It was like 6 hours, I think.
I don't remember. I was asleep most of the time.
Yeah, Langhorne was fun, and then we went to some college.
Oh, that was Gage, I believe, or something like that, wasn't it?
I forget.
It was Engage, but I
don't Engage.
Yeah,
Engage
but I don't remember
camp.
the college though.
Some sort of college. I don't even remember. I think that was in like near Boston or like south of Boston.
Yeah.
And then the latest one, which is the last time we like saw each other really, was 2 years ago in who knows where, Maine, somewhere in Maine.
It was in Maine? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, we went up north.
That's crazy. It was like a Girl Scout camp, wasn't it? Or was that a different place?
It was some sort of camp. And
I don't know.
It was like an actual campground. We lived in log cabins for a week.
Yeah.
And there was holes in the ceilings, like
some of the windows were just screens.
Yeah. You punched a...
Oh my God! Yeah, I punched through a window at one point.
We weren't feeling good that week.
Nah, it was intense.
Yeah. So wait. So what? The first year you went was probably Langhorne, right?
The first year I went was the one in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was also at a college campus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember which college.
That was the best one for me, I think.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I think the first year that you went was the year that Andrick was chasing us around.
Yeah.
When we took his hat.
That was hilarious. And we stole his bed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was a college campus, so we would just mess around with people. We'd take their hats and run through hallways, and they'd chase us. And there was this one kid. He was a scary kid. He could have killed us if we wanted to.
He went to like the army or something now.
Yeah, I think he's a Marine.
Yeah.
Or he's in the Navy or something.
Something scary.
He was a scary kid, and everyone would mess with him. And he would just chase him around. And I swear, if he caught you, you were dead. And then one time, we just took his mattress.
Good times.
Yeah, it was so fun. It was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last time that we went, it was just I don't know what they were thinking when they chose that place.
Yeah.
It was horrible. It was 90 degrees out every day and every night.
Yep.
And
only our church, I believe, right? Just the two campuses, yeah.
Yeah, it was just us. We could only go in the water to like one day for like 2 hours, or 2 days for 2 hours.
And we couldn't really hang out by ourselves, like without a counselor around. Like me and Joey a couple times with a couple other people would go for walks towards the lake, because that was the only spot where we had cellular reception. Like we couldn't text anybody.
Oh, yeah. We had no cell service at all.
And then like we'd get yelled at for being down there, but it's like, I don't know, what else are we supposed to do?
Yeah, there wasn't really much to do. We went running in the morning.
Oh yeah,
a few mornings.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know why. That was probably the worst place we ever could have. I don't know. It just wasn't good. The food wasn't good.
Yeah,
nothing was good there.
It was a crazy week.
I was sleeping in a sleeping bag on like some cot.
Yeah.
And there was bugs flying around everywhere.
That was so bad.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
The showers was just a building where there was a bunch of showers and you had to go in.
Oh yeah. That was kind of gross, dude. I kept my like Crocs on.
It was just weird. I don't want to go with the counselors.
Yeah.
I don't want to shower like next to a counselor. It's just weird.
Oh man.
Those were good times though.
Yeah.
Langhorne was like probably the best week of my life. Some of those weeks.
Oh man, that was great.
Yeah. It was definitely worth the drive and worth the money. But now we can't go. We're too old, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So you kind of hopped into music.
Yeah, a little bit, kind of unexpectedly.
When did you start that?
I really started to get into it right when COVID hit, because like at that time I was in a program where like they'd take me out of school at 12 and I'd be there till 6. Like it's like a therapy, some therapy thing. And like through that I was like, dang, like this is really gonna how my life is gonna be, like therapy all the time, or like just like, I don't know. I didn't really sit well with me. So then like I started writing and like doing poetry and stuff, because when I was little, I really liked to write. Like whenever English teacher give out essays or like some type of creative writing project where I could choose like how it's gonna go, I really enjoyed that. So I started putting a beat behind it, and I ended up making something, some fire, man, some fire.
It's good. I listened to it.
Yeah, man.
I like it.
But,
So just right at COVID, you decided to you started writing, put beats behind it.
Yeah. Well, at first it was just like poetry, just to see if I can rhyme for real. And then I realized if I put some beats behind it, I started looking up beats on YouTube and looking around, seeing like what artists really influenced me and what I really like as a sound. And that's kind of how I found my own flow and all that. So
who would you say influences you most?
At first, it was NBA Youngboy and Rod Wave.
Oh my!
Some very crazy music, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I felt a lot of pain and emotion in what they wrote and stuff like that, and I don't know. It resonated with me, and I don't know. Writing and staying true to how you are as a person, that stuck with me. Yeah,
the cool thing about music is you can like say whatever you want, talk about whatever you want, and just make it sound cool. People will enjoy it.
That's a fact. And I don't know, but more nowadays, I feel like I strayed away from all that, like the sad and like the negative stuff, and just try to focus on more positive influences. Like I listen to a lot more now: Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Benny the Butcher, Drake, people like that.
I was gonna ask you what you think of Drake. I was hoping you'd say something different.
I mean, I don't know. I like Drake, you know, because he's up there. He's one of like I wouldn't say he's the greatest writer or lyricist, because he's got ghostwriters and all that, but he does got some music that bops for real. And I don't know this new the party music album. I don't really know about it, but there's some tracks on there I can see like okay, it's kind of a vibe. But I mean, I don't know. I just try to look for real stuff nowadays. Like I don't know, like J. Cole, Benny the Butcher, and Kendrick Lamar. Really, JID.
Oh, I love JID.
Yeah,
He's got crazy flows.
For real, his flow is insane.
Yeah,
So fast.
He knows how to rap.
Yeah.
So do you listen to your own music?
I do a lot. So right now out on the media and stuff like that, I don't have a lot of music posted. Like I have a little EP, three songs. And then I have 2 singles which like I really like. My Fault by JWanders, Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, you know what I mean? But that's got to be my favorite track out right now. It's about like my mom and like just our relationship and how I feel like it went and how it could have been better. But, you know, stuff happens. But I got an album coming out this week, Friday, January 27th, I believe. Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff in the works I got going on. But yeah, I do listen to a lot of my music. A lot of it's not posted. A lot of it's like stuff I just have in my files. But yeah, I do listen to it a lot.
That's cool. Yeah, I always wonder because I don't know. I feel like if I made music, I wouldn't want to listen to myself. like the podcast. I do listen to the podcast sometimes, but
Yeah.
I mean, I've already gone through it twice by the time I've been talking, and then when I edit it, I already listened to it, so I don't really.
Yeah.
I just don't like hearing myself talk, so I feel like if I made music, I wouldn't really listen to it. But I mean, who knows?
I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit different with music because, like, I write all my own stuff, and like when I write it, it's not like I'm in the like studio. The second I write it, I'm recording it. Like I have to be at my house, like really put effort and thought into it, write it all down with just a beat playing in the background, and then so you only really hear it in your heads. You don't really know what it sounds like in like all connected. And then the studio, the studio is an experience that like I can't really explain, bro. It's like something else like that. It takes me away from where I'm at, and I'm just in that zone. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it must be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So do you have a friend that like has a studio, or do you pay someone?
Yeah. So I have 2 people I pay. There's one guy, it just depends on how I'm feeling, honestly. There's one guy I have in Lowell who's like 30 seconds from my house. He's a little bit more expensive, but there's this other guy from Lawrence that I also go to sometimes. He's a little bit closer to my age, and like it's pretty chill in his studio. Like we could do whatever we want pretty much in there. So it really just depends on how I'm feeling that day.
Oh, that's cool. And how much is that?
Like so with the guy that's closer to me, it's $60 an hour. And then the guy who's in Lawrence, it's only $40. But it's just getting back and forth from there is the only trouble right now.
But that's not an issue now.
Facts, just got my license, you know.
Are you gonna get a car?
Yeah. I'm trying to get something cheap, you know, for a first car at least.
Do it.
You know?
Yeah, don't get anything expensive. There's no reason to.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get some wheels, man.
You got some money built up from UPS?
Yeah.
Buy
I
something
got a little bit of bread stashed away, you know.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So you enjoy the time in the studio?
Yeah. I really love the time in the studio.
Do you bring people along, or are you just go alone?
Sometimes I do, but usually only if I'm going to the person in Lawrence because he's more like interactive with people. The one in Lowell, he's like very professional. Like you can't smoke, drink, do nothing in the studio. Like he's very serious about everything. But he does great quality music. So
do you go in there prepared, obviously, to save time and money?
For sure.
Is that like how long does it take to do like a session?
Like one song or like
yeah.
Usually you pay by the hour, but for a song, it really depends. Like say it's like a 2-minute song, and if I practice it enough, I can usually get it done in like 30, 45 minutes. But then it's just him like editing it. That'll take the rest of the hour. Okay. Or us talking, you know.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So you just go in there. You're already prepared, but it still takes whatever 35, 40 minutes to.
Yeah. Just because it's like you're going like I can't do some songs you can't do in one or like you don't have enough air type. Like,
yeah, you have to stop and then go again. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so that'll happen, or like if it doesn't sound right, or I'm adding ad libs, that'll take the extra time. because some parts of the songs they gotta be layered like 4 or 5 times. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, you'll see on the album. You'll see on the album, guys, this weekend.
I'm excited. I'll definitely listen to it.
This is my first studio album, so we'll see how it goes, man. See how it goes.
First studio album.
Well, like that I made in a studio and like for real produced like pretty much myself almost.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And you have another friend that's in music.
My friend Akai G. He's all over Spotify, Instagram, Apple Music, everywhere you can find music for real. We just dropped a single actually the other day, 2 days ago. You can find that out on my Instagram, stuff like that. But yeah, he makes music. He's a little bit further along than me. He's got a couple albums out, a lot of singles, so he's definitely on the way for real.
How'd you guys meet?
We met in high school actually. So like freshman year, he's from Lowell. I'm from Methuen. And then I moved to this area like right before high school, and then or the Lowell area I should say, and we met through in freshman year of high school. We had classes together. And instantly we clicked because like we were just busting jokes about people and thought each other was funny. And oh my gosh, high school was crazy. High school was crazy for real. But yeah, he's a cool guy. You know what I mean?
So he's a little farther along. How long has he been doing it?
He's been doing music for I think it was like a year. Honestly, I think the same amount of time as me. But he's just was more ahead as like he started before me, but didn't start dropping until like we were both like, all right, yo, let's start taking this seriously for real. And it was honestly him who got me in the mindset of like, dang, like I could really make something happen with this.
Do you ever like worry about what people are gonna think?
What do you mean, like with us together, or just like me as an artist?
No, I think like a lot of people when they do stuff, me with this podcast and you with music and other people with like putting themselves out there and doing something that's, you know, not easy, they might feel like they get judged. Honestly, I don't really care what people think. I like doing the podcast. But, you know, people like they'll do stuff and it's like public speaking. It's like once you're in the eye of everyone, you kind of get a lot of people get worried about what people are seeing them as. So didn't that never really
I mean, it was for sure a thought, but I'm not really doing it for the publicity and like the fame and all that. I'm not really worried about what these people care about me because at the end of the day, I know who I am and I know who my peoples are. So, and I feel like if you're confident in who you are, nobody who's judging you is really going to bother you. Because I don't know. I do this for my family and my people just to get money and make sure they're right and they're doing good in the end. So.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. You don't... Everyone that you would call a hater, like they're never gonna really bother you unless you let it bother you.
Yeah, that's facts.
And honestly, you always expect the worst. So if you started like creating music, you're gonna assume that, well, for the most part, people are gonna assume that other people are gonna judge them for it and stuff. And then you do it, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is cool. Like I like what you're."
Yeah.
You know, and there's some sort of respect that you get from like putting yourself out there and doing stuff that not many people are gonna do.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I look at it as if somebody's like hating on you or like, I don't know, they don't respect what you're doing. It's like they're just like, I don't know, they're upset with how their life is going or that they can't do what you're doing, and it's like you just proving people wrong, and that's the only thing you can do at the end of the day.
Yeah, and if you don't let the haters get to you, they're just never gonna have any impact on you.
For real.
And it's just a waste of time in the end.
Yeah.
Do you have something to say?
Nah, I was just gonna say I feel like the haters is more of an influence because like if you feel like people are hating on you, then you're doing something right. Like.
Yeah, that's true. No matter what you do, well, you know, to a point. If everyone's hating on you, then you're probably doing something wrong.
Well, but, like not, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Especially as a creative, like you can't really be mad at the haters because I feel like it's all opinion based. So if I hate what you're doing or somebody hates what I'm doing, it's like, okay, that's just an opinion.
Especially with music.
Yeah.
Because everyone has different music tastes, so a lot of people aren't going to like what you do, and I mean, they should just ignore it and move on, but a lot of people will comment on it. which
yeah,
they
should
have no
push you
reason
further.
to. But
Be like, oh, what did they really like then? Like, how can I get that fan? That's how I think of it.
yeah, you can. Yeah, definitely. People who like don't like what you do, or maybe they like the kind of style that you do, but not exactly your music. Then
Mhm.
you can adjust stuff, do what. But in the end, you just stick to what you like doing, and
For sure.
that's more important than pleasing everyone, because you're never gonna please
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah,
If you start like listening to people too much and doing what they want, then other people will
yeah. That's
hate you.
facts.
And so do you have any type of like 5-year plan, 10-year plan?
Yeah, I kind of got two. I don't know. They go both ways, kind of. But yeah. So really, I'm just trying to run this music stuff all the way. But okay, yeah, I do got a 5-year plan. So what I'm trying to do is, so this electrical apprenticeship, it takes 5 years to finish it, to becoming like an actual like licensed electrician. Where after that, you can own your own businesses. You could do whatever you want with your license. And so what I'm trying to do is get through that whole apprenticeship while my music is going up, going up, going up. And if I can, I'll drop it. And if the music is going good enough, but honestly, I don't know if I want to, because I want to make sure that I can finish the apprenticeship in 5 years and then start my own business. And by that point, hopefully I'm getting enough money from the music where I can pay people to run that electrical job for me, and I can move on and just focus on my music.
Yeah,
So,
that's smart. So you do want to start a business,
yeah.
but in like 5 years you do?
I want to do an electrical business. So I have to get my license for that. That's 4 or 5 years.
So what are you gonna do then? Until then?
Until then, I'm gonna be staying working at the electrical job. Like, I'm gonna be working in the union pretty much, and my pay is gonna be good. Like, I'm gonna get steady raises because it's the union for Boston Electrical. So I'm just gonna stay doing that and then just keep grinding with the music. But with the music, my plan with that is I'm trying to get my name out there, get big enough where I'm having shows, like little shows here and there and stuff. And then I want to probably start vlogging. And then I have a friend also who's about to start his own podcast, but that's way down the road. I don't know about that, but he's got that going on, so it's like I could help him with that. But yeah, vlogging and just making music, really.
That's cool. So you're just trying to get your name out there while you're making music?
Yeah.
Do you have any sort of like social media for the music, or is it just?
Yeah, for sure. I have my Instagram, JWanders, and that's really it though. I don't be on Twitter or nothing like that.
Yeah, I don't have Twitter either.
Nah.
Actually, I think I have it, but I never go on it ever.
Yeah, I had it, and like, I don't know, Twitter's not for me, man.
Yeah,
It's a lot of hatred out there.
I know. Twitter's like, I feel like. Well, actually, what my friends say is they say if you use it for sports, it's like the best.
Really?
But if you use it for anything else, it just sucks because it's all just hate and negativity.
It's pretty crazy.
That's kind of, yeah. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of. I don't even have TikTok. I had TikTok and I got rid of it. Yeah, because, dude, if I go on TikTok, I'm going to spend at least 20 minutes on it.
Nah, it's
So then it's just waste of time.
yeah.
So, so what do you do in your free time other than scrolling TikTok?
I skateboard a lot. I skate in Lowell. There's a couple parks in Lowell I skate at. Hadley. Yeah.
You started skating a while ago, right?
Yeah, I started skating, I think it was like 8th grade. Nah, it was before that. I started skating in middle school because I had friends from Methuen who would skate, and we'd skate all the time. That was like 5th, 6th grade, I want to say. So,
That's awesome.
On and off for a while.
Do you go with people?
Nowadays, I'm usually alone because a lot of people are at work when I'm going or stuff like that. But yeah, I usually go by myself, and this park's usually packed when I'm there. So it's like, oh, I'll meet up with these people, whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you say you work like 4 to 10-ish shifts, whatever.
Yeah.
So like, what do you do in the mornings usually?
Mornings, I'm trying to get into a better routine, but I have like a little routine. Like, I'll try to get up at like 8 or 9 type stuff. Get some breakfast, shower, and then like stretch and stuff, work out. I try to read or get some knowledge from somewhere during the morning time. Like
Podcast?
Yeah, the podcast, off campus podcast, guys. Come on now. I watch like videos, like podcasts, stuff like that. I also read. There's a couple different books I be reading. And then there's this like music thing my friend sent me. It's like more in the music business side of things. So like I'm trying to learn how to grow my name as a business instead of just, oh yeah, this guy's a rapper, like just trying to do little promotions. I want to really learn how to promote myself and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential like in the music business because I feel like a lot of the biggest artists kind of got there by accident, sort of.
Yeah.
Not an accident, like they wanted to be famous and they worked hard, but I feel like they just kind of release music and hope people like it. But you can you can run it as a business. You can definitely get your name out there other ways and like guide traffic towards your music and
for sure,
stuff like that. So what kind of books are you reading?
Nothing. Okay, I'm not really reading no philosophical books yet. You know what I mean? But I'm reading just like just stories. You feel me? Like fiction stories.
That's fine.
Yeah.
What?
You heard of the 1984?
Yeah, I just finished that.
Yeah, I'm reading that.
You're reading that?
Yeah, I like books like that.
That's a great book.
Yeah, it's crazy how much you can see in our society of how it's changing a little bit to some craziness, man.
Yeah, dude. Orwell was pretty
intense,
pretty
writer.
Accurate with how
crazy.
How the society is now. It's actually insane. That was probably the last book I like fully finished.
Really?
It was a really, really good book.
The ending's good? I haven't finished it.
How far are you?
I'm like halfway.
What part are you at? If spoilers incoming, skip ahead like 30 seconds.
Like you know, I don't know if this is halfway or the end, but he just got locked up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's pretty far towards the end.
Yeah, so it's like, is it bad?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Okay, yeah, don't.
You'll figure it out. Okay. It is a good ending. It's a cool ending.
It's a very interesting book, yo. If you guys need another book to read,
1984 is probably one of the best books to read now, especially for like kids our age. Because and in this time, because you'll see a lot of parallels between that book and I don't even remember that book was written before 1984. So it was what year was that book written? I have no idea.
40s maybe.
Either in the 40s or 50s, but yeah, I mean, Orwell knew. I've heard other Orwell books are good to read. I haven't read any.
I wanted to get into more Orwell, but I don't know. I don't really know where to look other than my library. So
yeah, I do more audiobooks just because I can't like sit and read paper book. I need to learn how to do it, but I just get distracted too easily. So I'm better just laying in bed with earbuds on, listening to a book.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
I highly recommend Jordan Peterson.
Peterson, dude, I've watched a couple of his podcasts or not his podcasts, but like his little clips and stuff from him. He's pretty interesting.
He is so smart.
Yeah.
So he has a book. He has a book, 12 Rules for Life.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I got like halfway through it, or maybe a little bit less than halfway, but he's a little too smart for me.
Oh, really?
He talks big words and fast, so
oh snap!
I kind of lose him sometimes. If you're not like paying attention, you're gonna lose him.
Okay.
I like listening to books while I'm like cleaning bikes or doing some sort of work. So.
Is he reading it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he is.
Snap!
I only like audiobooks if it's the author for the most part because they just say it better.
Yeah, they say
like they know what they were thinking when they were writing it. So. And then another one, which was the first book I read, was Michael Easter, Comfort Crisis. Mm-hmm. It's about this guy Michael Easter. It's a real story. He went. He was basically, I think he was a writer before, but he went to Alaska with two other guys, and they went for like 32 days, 35 days or something. Hunted caribou. Up like where no one's ever stepped before, like new ground that no one's ever been to. So no service, no phones for 30+ days.
That's wild. Crazy,
like snowstorms go on, like it's wicked freezing.
How did they get around?
They got flown in on a helicopter, and then they just I don't know. They just set up camp somewhere and hunted caribou. Wow. Yeah.
You gotta like know stuff like about you gotta actually know how to survive to do that.
Yeah. Well, the two people he went with were like super knowledgeable and they've made movies like I was watching I wish I remembered these names. one of the guys that he was with, he has a movie out, and I watched like the trailer of it, and he's literally surrounded by like 12 wolves, and he's like, he's getting recorded. He's like, "This is the coolest experience of my life." I'm like, "Dude, you're gonna die."
That's
doesn't
wild.
look cool to me.
Nah.
So yeah, I mean, he went with the right people, but you have to get in shape for that. You have to like get fat on your body.
Oh, so like to store like nutrients and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, not like that's super crazy. Fat. You still have to be fit. But yeah, that's a really cool book. So I recommend that book.
I definitely look into that.
Atomic Habits, James Clear is good too. I talked about it on one of the podcasts, but yeah, it's just making like small changes to your life and to your habits can make a huge impact in your life. I also didn't finish reading that book. I have a bad habit of not finishing books.
Why are you reading like half the books, man? What's going on?
Because I get bored of them. Atomic Habits is a little bit more boring and all like it's all informational, which is just not interesting. But you know, I probably should listen to it. It's just better. You know, books to make you better in life. 1984 is a really, really good one, though. Yeah,
that one's really interesting to me. Because I've heard of it before, and I was supposed to read it at school one time, but then, like, COVID hit. So they're like, oh, well, I guess we'll not do this then. I was like, okay. But I already knew, like, what it was kind of about, and I just never read it. So I finally found it at the library the other day, and I was like, ooh, let me take this home, yo.
Yeah, that's... how long have you been reading it? Do you read quick?
I do, but like I don't have a lot of time to read nowadays, so it's like I'll read like an hour or two in the morning or like before bed. So I took like I've been at this book like a month now.
Yeah, that's probably about the time frame that I was, except I was listening to it. Yeah, that book is so good. I used to read like way back in like middle school. I would read The Ranger's Apprentice. It was like a 12-part book series, and so I just read a bunch of them. They were really good. I liked them, and then in the whole high school, of course, I didn't want to read a single paper. Wow. And then now I'm, you know, trying to become a better person. So
I feel you, man. I feel you for sure.
So definitely, I'll keep hitting you up with better books to read.
Yeah,
because I have a lot of people that like a lot of my friends read too. So they know a lot of books, a lot of good books.
That's pretty cool, man.
All right, I'm gonna ask you. Oh, actually, first, did you do any sports in high school?
I did for what I could. Yeah, when I could.
So what did you do?
I played soccer and I wrestled. Those are my favorite sports. Yeah.
Soccer?
Nah,
you actually
wrestling.
don't seem like a soccer person. You do seem like more of a wrestling person. Yeah, I don't know. Soccer
was fun, but like. There was kids, like, I played varsity, but, like, there was kids who were definitely better than me. And, like, I don't know, soccer, I didn't feel like I fit in at the Voc. But wrestling, like, it's obviously by weight class. And I felt like there was kids that were on my team, like, one or two, but they wrestled at my weight, too. And, like, I would always make them bump down or go under for tournaments. So I felt like I had a more secure spot in my wrestling career.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, wrestling's, like, one of the only sports where... no matter how big you are or small you are, you can always like be really good.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, if you're football and you're a lineman that's 5'3", like 120 pounds, you're just gonna get killed.
Yeah.
But
other sports are really depend on your physique, but
like basketball especially, you have to be just the taller you are, you have huge advantage.
Thanks.
Wrestling's awesome. Yeah. I love wrestling. You should come to jiu-jitsu with me.
I'd really be down because I need to get back into something. I've been missing wrestling, man. Honestly.
Yeah, I miss jiu-jitsu now. It's so fun. It's
really,
yeah, and everyone there is so good and so nice. Like they're willing to help you.
Oh snap!
So I felt bad because my first like month or 2 months, I was horrible, and so I'd be with a brown belt, which is like the second best. So he's really good. And I'm like, I feel bad. I'm making him like do everything way slower and teach me everything. But honestly, they don't mind.
Okay.
They don't mind.
Is it kind of like wrestling or a little different?
Yeah, but it's a lot different.
Okay, because yeah, I've seen people use, and I've personally used like jujitsu moves in wrestling, but I don't know a lot about jujitsu, other than a couple moves.
Yeah, one of the biggest differences is obviously if you're on your back in wrestling, you'll get pinned. But if you're on your back in jiu-jitsu, you're like in a comfortable spot for the mostly.
That'll be
so you don't want to get on your stomach because then it's easier to get choked out or armbarred or something like that. So yeah. I mean, it's like one of the most intense workouts you can get. It's only an hour long. They have classes in the mornings. I did 6 a.m. classes.
Dang.
6 to 7. It was horrible.
Really?
But I think I'm gonna do night classes, which are like 6 p.m. So.
Is there like a lot of older people in there who are just dirty?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
man.
a lot. There's only like 3 black belts, I think. The owner, this guy Brian, and then this guy Rob, who's my dad's friend. He lives on the lake.
Oh,
he's
really?
a cool guy.
Have I met him? Sounds familiar, Rob.
Maybe. He always wears like he's like those 2010 elementary school kids with the huge Osiris shoes and like the snapback hats, you know?
Yeah.
So he wears sunglasses and he's wicked short.
I think maybe. Is he jacked?
No.
I don't know.
You might not have seen him. You'll meet him though.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. He's just, you know, he's nasty at jiu-jitsu. He's crazy. So yeah. But everyone else there's like, you know, it goes white belt, blue belt, purple, brown, black.
Okay.
But, you know, people who are really, like, there's other white belts that will destroy me.
Really?
Like, some of them are really good, yeah.
Oh, snap.
Because they're like, super strict on going to the next belt. So it's a big deal when you get a new belt.
Wait, so
that's why Rob's been doing jiu-jitsu for, like, 15 years, I think, and he just got his black belt.
Oh, man.
Like, going hard for 15 years. So, yeah.
Does it take that long?
I mean, I'm sure every person's different, but these people that, like the owner and Brian, the other 2 black belts, they will not just hand you a belt.
Oh, snap. So you got to really work for that thing.
Other gyms are different. So they like make fun of this other gym. I forget what it's called. But they basically like hand out belts, apparently. So,
Dang, that's crazy.
But it's so fun. It's like the best workout you'll ever have. A lot of cops and firefighters do it.
Oh, snap, really?
Because you think about it. If you're a cop and you're like my size, if I have to like tackle like a 6'2" dude, what am I going to do? I'm just going to hop on his back?
Nah, I see what you're saying. But is it in the area?
Yeah, it's in Nashua.
Oh, okay.
Up by like Amherst Street. It's on Amherst Street. It's Bazzani's if anyone wants to go. It's a great place. Everyone there's super willing to help, and they're really good. It's $90 a month.
Oh, that's not bad.
But they'll let you go.
$90 a month.
But they'll let you go 90.
Yeah, 90.
Oh yeah, I thought you said 19.
Nah.
But they'll let you go for like a week or a few weeks just to, you know, because not everyone wants to throw down $90.
Yeah.
So I went for like 2 weeks before I'm like, yeah, I want to do this, and I signed up.
Dang.
Yeah, I'll hold you to it because I'm gonna go back when I start feeling better. Johnny's gonna go with me, the kid who's 24 who works with me, and then you can go too.
I definitely will start going.
I tried to get my friend Zach to go. He's Zach Souza. He's like 6 foot, but he's huge.
Really?
He's like 210 pounds maybe, but dense.
Dang.
Like, he's not fat. He's dense. He's a big guy. And he did wrestling, and he was really good for Tingsboro. So I want him to do it.
What was his weight class?
I think
200s?
No, he wrestled like 185 in high school, but he was still big and dense then. Yeah. So you should definitely go.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Now, part that I was gonna ask, what's your preferred age for getting married and having kids? Yeah.
You be asking everybody this?
Yeah, I want to ask everyone.
Honestly, I don't know. I thought I had an answer to it, but I don't know. I feel like getting married. Wait, so married and then having kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Married, I'd say I'd want to be getting married at 25, but I don't know if that's going to happen. You know, if things blow up with music, then it's not gonna happen. But if I
You don't think so?
Nah, I don't think I will because I feel like I'll just get distracted easily. Like, and say in music, if you blow up right away, there's some people who like are like, oh, I'm up here. I don't need to be working as hard no more, and they'll just fall off, like Blueface did, or like other rappers. Stuff
Lil
like
Xan.
that. Yeah,
There's one song and
yeah, bro. Yo, it's sad, but like, I don't want to be at a high and then just act like I don't need to work as hard anymore.
yeah, you should never be like that.
Yeah.
Especially because money's, well, and I guess fame is exponential. So, yeah, I mean, if you have like, the graph goes like this, like it keeps going up.
Yeah.
So there's no reason if you're here, you're not gonna just go in a straight line. You're gonna go up. So you gotta keep working harder, and you'll get more money.
But if I do blow up with the music, I definitely do want to get married though at some point. Like probably by like 30, 31.
Really? That's late.
Yeah.
I feel. I don't know.
I think so too, but like I need a 10 years of just straight grinding to really get to a point where I can be comfortable and my family can be comfortable. And then I'll be like, all right, now we can settle down, start dropping projects less and less, like Kendrick Lamar be doing. He don't be dropping albums every week like YoungBoy or any of them.
No.
Kendrick Lamar be dropping an album every 3 years. Yo.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But the guy's $1 billion man, yo, or almost $1 million man. So it's like,
yeah, you gotta work hard. I get it, but you never know. Like
that's a fact. Yeah.
If you blow up in the next 2 years, your life's like your plans are gonna be different than if you blow up in like 5 years. So you don't really know.
For sure.
But, yeah.
But yeah, honestly, not for real. If I find the right person, if I can find the right person, 25.
25.
Yeah, and then kids probably like 2-3 years after that.
How many kids do you want?
If I'm just an electrician, like 2 or 3. But if I become famous, bro, I'll have 8 kids. I'll have
really?
6, 7. I don't know, cause if I can afford it, I'll have them, bro.
Yeah, I want a lot of kids, but not like that much.
Nah,
I'm
only
thinking
if I
more
can
like
afford
4
it.
or 5.
Only if I can afford it.
Yeah, same here.
I can't. I don't know. I feel like it's irresponsible to just have a bunch of kids just because you feel like it.
Yeah, and also there's such a financial burden.
Yeah,
They're a blessing, but they are a financial burden.
Yeah.
So there's really no reason to unless you're financially able to. That's why I want to get married and have kids as early as possible in my life. But, if I'm not in the financial position to do that, I'm not going to do it. Just not smart.
Definitely.
Anything else you want to talk about? You got to get to work soon.
Yeah, but hey, man, album out Friday. Be ready. JWanders all over the place. And I just dropped a new single, or my friend Akaiji just dropped a new single for me, Silent in the Night. I'm on there a little bit, you know what I mean? But he's doing great work where he's at. Shout out to him, Akaiji everywhere, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Instagram. JWanders, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Instagram. And Joey?
Spotify
as well. Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, no problem. So, again, if you guys enjoyed the episode, please like and share and subscribe because it means a lot to me. And it takes a half a second for you anyway. So, yeah, that's it. Thanks for coming on.
Of course, man. It was
All
great.
right. See you guys.